Welcome back to Photo Finds. I am your host, Kevin Yee. Let's get started looking around Orlando. We begin here at Epcot where the crowds were big and the souvenir guides were new, and we're looking at the info board where this is kind of a new installation, and at the very beginning of Food and Wine this installation had a Twitter feed over on the side. That Twitter feed is now gone. We're jumping over to Germany, where they've always had Food and Wine booths in their model train set. What they don't always have, because it's not always there in the regular Epcot, is the cranberry bog. I thought that was a nice little detail. Inside the restaurant at the American Adventure Pavilion, there is no one in line, because everyone's in line out here. The booths were crazy busy on Saturday. Long 30-minute lines were not uncommon, because there were, as you can see, about 70,000 people in the park that day. It was almost New Year's Eve levels of crowds. Here's something I haven't seen before, a remote-controlled Mickey Mouse. Didn't see the person controlling it. Trailing behind it some Mickey stickers. Kids were encouraged to just run up and grab the stickers that they wanted. Switching parks to Hollywood Studios, you've got the Christmas decorations beginning to go into some of the theaters, some of the shop windows. And here at the Disney Animation, the building where there is a theater, they've got new signs at the base. And one of the signs explains what's there at the Disney Animation building, and the other one explains where to find everything via a map. Once you're inside the building, you'll see some of these familiar posters where they're explaining or showing off the movies that are about to come, like Brave, or the movies who have recently come out, like Winnie the Pooh and Cars 2. Another set over in the corner there where you see some of the drawings and the maquettes for Winnie the Pooh and for Cars 2. The Winnie the Pooh meet and greet, also in the Magic of Disney Animation building, isn't brand new, but I haven't been over here since it opened, so I thought I would poke my head in and have a look at how they do the queue. And you can see there are videos not only in the corner on the video monitors, but actually projected on the walls sometimes, so that it's more interactive and feels a little bit more like playing with the book like they do in the actual Pooh movies. At Muppet Vision 3D, these penguins, their stage has been stuck in the upward position for some time now. There's a mechanism broken apparently and they can't lower them, which means that you can still see the penguins while the movie is going on, and that can be a little distracting. Another effect that's broken is at the end after the cannon battle. There are supposed to be projections of damage to the theater in all parts, not just in the front part of the theater. Osborne Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights is under construction behind these walls in the streets of America, and as you can see, most of the big pieces are now in place. They're on track for an opening in early November, probably the second week. The Indiana Jones Stunt Adventure recently got a new Indiana Jones figure, and this signage in the back is brand new, so it just looks colorful and the colors really pop out now. This is a new design for ice cream, and I like that it's in theme and looks like a Mickey Mouse popsicle that one is eating. And speaking of Mickey, let's poke our heads into the Great Movie Ride. Nothing new here, but here's a hidden Mickey behind this banner in the underworld. And then also at the gangster shootout scene, you can see the guy at the bottom there. Here's another Mickey up in the corner. And these are not new, but just something I thought I'd point out since we were there. At the American Idol experience, this year's American Idol winner in the TV show is now part of the video loop that plays either beforehand as well as during the show, and we happened to be there when the 1,000th Dream Ticket was going to be given out. This is Sylvia Hercules, a local resident from Chicago originally, here singing I Will Survive, and this is the moment after her success in winning. There are cannons shooting confetti out. They don't normally do that, and she's been given a giant oversized placard here saying that she's won the Dream Ticket. This is not her in the background. She's already gone backstage. She wasn't given this one to take home. This was just for photo opportunities. And I enjoyed that the recipient and the date were a little bit backwards on the sign. There's our winner after the fact, and she's carrying just the small Dream Ticket, not the full-size one. Had a chance to take in the Blue Man Group at Universal also. This is a fabulous piece of entertainment. It's really mostly a comedy sketch with a lot of drums and percussion mixed in, and I really recommend it to people as a way to cap a day at Universal. The souvenir we got this time around was my 8-year-old wanted to pick up one of these little pen lights that shines sort of bat signal style, the Blue Man symbol that you can do in any darkened room. Still at Universal, we are here at City Walk, where they're building a miniature golf underneath the bridge, and that was one side of the bridge you're seeing here, and here's the other side of the bridge that leads you into City Walk from the parking structure. There's a structure which is presumably the front of the golfing area, and here's another building that has some design built into it. No word yet on, or no idea really, just looking at it, what that is going to turn out to be. Deeper into City Walk, this is the central billboard. It's an electronic billboard. It's under wraps for the moment, presumably coming right back. Now, this is at SeaWorld, and one of the things I like to do is take pictures of the t-shirts throughout the parks when I visit the parks. And I don't do it all the time, but when I'm in a park and I haven't taken t-shirts in some while, I like to get a sense for which t-shirts are available, what are the designs, how much do they cost, just to give people an example of what they can expect shopping-wise once they come out on their vacation. So this was all taken from the shop at the entrance to SeaWorld. This is the reason we were here at SeaWorld, was Halloween Spooktacular. You can see the dates up at the top. It's many of the weekends in October. And as the sign says, it's included with your park admission. So unlike Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party or Halloween Horror Nights, this one just comes included with your admission ticket. You can spend your time doing this. Well, doing what, you ask? Well, meeting with some characters, taking some photos at the photo ops, grabbing one of these bags, which you'd have to pay for, and then doing the trick-or-treating. Now, you don't have to pay for trick-or-treating. That's just one of those special bags. You can get a free bag, too. Every one of these purple jellyfish you see here is a trick-or-treating location, and they're giving out free candy. It goes all the way from one end of the Shamu Stadium all the way back around to the Dolphin Nursery. There are dance clubs set up, and you've got some of the characters out to try to get you in the mood. There's that free bag, which you can fill with candy, and here in the background is the trick-or-treating station. And they're giving out sort of one piece of candy to adults, maybe two, and sometimes a whole handful to the kids, an approach I quite liked. So here's a stage where they have another dance party set up, and as you can see, there are a lot of people really getting in the mood here, as well as these pumpkin fish that the little kids can crawl around on. Here is an example of our bag, our contents of our bag, dumped out halfway through the trail. So you imagine you can end up with about twice that much going through the thing just once. We visited Shamu Rocks briefly. I wanted to see if they had fixed the screen that was broken right here a few weeks ago, and indeed they had. And I also hadn't seen the largest whale, Tilikum, back out in the water since the incident last year. That brings us to the end of another week. We thank you for your attention, and we will catch you guys next time.